What's up, everybody? It's Amish. So I've taken a big break because I am really fed up with social media and I'm really fed up with the state of the world right now. It's really, really bad. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to switch up the content that I do a little bit. I don't really want to talk about science that much because we're dealing with I've been on TikTok and it's a cesspool. I've been seeing that most people are not smart enough to actually understand that, and you're trying to debate with them about science and study of the physical and natural world. These people don't even understand what science is. They think engineering is science. They think everything's science. They think studies are science. Studies show. They think experts say are science. It's not. None of it's science. And talking with these idiots about it isn't going to help. So I've been noticing the bigger problem is our societal problem. And the societal problem, I think, has taken root and it's taken hold of people in general. Mainly the feminism, fake feminism, which is anti-masculinity. And I feel personally attacked, and I am attacked. One guy said, "Hi, you look nice today at my job," to a woman, and she went to HR because she thinks that it's pretty creepy if a guy gives a woman a compliment on how she looks, and because, the guy's a little bit older than her, and I guess he can't say that anymore because our society has changed, and women, we've been catering to women for too long. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound, real mean, but that's what a lot of my content's going to be on right now, because I think that is how you raise more awareness, and I want to do some podcasts on this. I've done some podcasts on some other things like health and medicine and how to, it's not helping. Okay. I'm not even able to save, family members and friends and things because, they won't even take the time out of the day to look up any of this information or even try it out, which it doesn't hurt to try. But one of the big things that I want to start this off with is the negative effects of social media. So I'm just doing quick AI overviews real quick because this is something people don't understand and they get mad with me when I point this out. Social media poses significant negative effects on mental health, and including increased anxiety, depression, loneliness, and it does. It's had that effect on me, largely driven by addiction mechanisms. Okay, social comparisons, fear of missing out, which is what another thing for me, which is why I had to study all this stuff so much, is because I felt the need to make sure that I monitor everything in the world that goes on. Okay. And it says excessive use disrupts sleep, which is happened to me. Facilitates cyberbullying. I don't really care about that. Exposes users to unrealistic body images, trying to look perfect, valuing like women. Women had their only value in 2026 is how they look. And they think they're going to look that way forever. And they think their body is their value. And I've never seen anything. Your loyalty is your value. If you are a woman, your loyalty is your value. I don't understand. Your sense of respect is your value. Okay. I noticed a big thing. Women won't even date virgins. They don't want to date virgins. Men want to date virgins. Women don't want to date virgins because they're disgusting. And I'm telling you the truth. Okay, after being on TikTok and debating a lot of these idiots out there. By the way, if you find yourself unlucky enough to be on TikTok, hurry up, send me a message, subscribe to me on there. I want to go live on there and bring some people up and talk if y'all want to talk. Misinformation, harmful content, especially among teenagers. Here's the thing. I moved out of the teenager age into the 25s, into the 30s, and you know what? I still feel similar. I still feel the same. I still get carded anywhere I go. It doesn't matter if I'm buying a pack of cigarettes, okay? Mental health issues linked to higher risk of anxiety, poor well-being, with more than 3 hours of daily use, which is happening to a lot of people. Addiction and compulsive usage. Algorithms drive addictive behavior similar to substance use disorders, creating a constant exploratory mode that keeps users hooked. Yeah, swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping. And there is no regulation. Most people on earth have no idea that social media is truly negative in massive ways. Social comparisons and low self-esteem. Curated feeds encourage unhealthy comparisons, making you feel like you're not in shape, you're not as beautiful as this girl. This girl has tons of comments, but in the real world, nobody pays any of them attention. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to date a high maintenance female that wants to be a male. If you want to be a male is not going to date you, not because he's afraid of you. And I broke down this girl who I had to destroy because she's on here spreading tons of misinformation and bad information, brainwashing tons of people. Okay. And I'm sorry, but somebody needs to say this. Somebody needs to stand up and put people back in their place. I don't really care whether it hurts people's feelings or anything like that. Somebody has to say this. Men are completely under attack. We are in a humanitarian crisis, okay? 50% of women are unmarried with children, never married with children, okay? So even a man is not enough to keep even a child is not enough to keep your man around. So it should show you that your body is not enough. It will never be enough, okay? Fear of missing out, mental fatigue, drives compulsive checking all the time, causes stress, which increases cancer, by the way, reducing your focus, short attention spans. We see that everywhere. I can't even send a kid to pick me up something out of the fridge without them coming back asking me, where did you say it was again? Sleep disruption, screen time, especially at night, disrupts your quality and your patterns, okay? Nobody cares about misinformation, but misinformation is a problem. Not even just that, disinformation is a problem put out by your favorite news broadcast stations. And this is causing issues in society, polarizing people. If you're part of this group, then that means I have to hate you and you have to hate me. This social media has to stop. We don't own anything anymore. You don't own anything. You don't own the games you buy on PlayStation or Nintendo. You don't own any movies that you download or rent from Amazon. You don't own your house. You don't own your car. You don't own anything, not even the clothes on your back. You understand? Adolescents are especially vulnerable, with studies suggesting that high consumption of social media is linked to higher risk of mental health issues, reduced emotional regulation. Early, consistent use can significantly affect their perception of reality and their body image. And that's exactly what this is doing. It is causing these people to completely be under hypnosis. They believe that what they're seeing on social media is actually real. And that's why these OnlyFans models say, oh, it's just my OnlyFans. I mean, I don't really care about that. That's not real life. It is real life. And all of that are like digital tattoos that you cannot remove. And once you put yourself out there and you do this, that is a major problem. And you're going to have major issues later in life and in many other cases. We live in a laugh now, cry later society where they don't care. I seen a couple posts with a guy who said, he was talking to a woman and she said that, yeah, I'm a physical therapist. And she's like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a streamer. Oh, you're a streamer. So you're offering zero value. You're offering zero value to society. Zero. You're a streamer. That's all you do is stream. Who cares? What are you doing for society? And why are you able to make money like that? And why can you have multiple accounts and make an infinite amount of money? Isn't that what happened in our area? A whole bunch of infiltrators came in, flew to Antarctica and many other places and saying this and saying that, coming back out, causing more division and problems. We're not even unified to begin with. Okay? Why do we have these particular problems? Social media offers instant gratification, meaning you're not going to work hard for anything. Okay? Anxiety, depression. We already went over that. 69% of U.S. adults and 81% of teens use social media, putting a huge portion of the population at risk. It goes deeper than just feelings, okay? Poor sleep, memory issues, academic struggles, the brain-body connection means stress can turn into headaches, nausea, tremors, okay? I have been experiencing all of these things. because I am trying to raise awareness. And because of that, I'm dealing with trolls. I'm dealing with idiots. I'm dealing with people in my community, like Nathan Thompson, saying there's no such thing as protons, neutrons, and electrons, screwing up the whole thing that we have going, which is just use measurements and destroy their pseudoscience. But they won't do that. They're going off on random tangents, and they're fighting and arguing. They're making theories. We now have lost control over the control that we did have. We've lost it. And it's never going to be fixed again unless social media goes dark, unfortunately. Using social media activates the brain reward center by releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical linked to pleasurable activities, okay? What makes users come back for more can literally make them sick. When the outcome is unpredictable, the behavior is more likely to repeat. You understand? If game players knew they were never going to get money by playing the game, they would never play. Do you see how we continuously feed a beast? This is a web. This is an internal net that we have wrapped ourselves up in. While young men tend to express aggression physically, women tend to do so relationally by excluding others and sharing hurtful comments. Social media increases the opportunity for those harmful interactions. I seen a girl post, and I did a video on it, but I didn't release it. I got a lot of videos I didn't release. She said, why are you treating women bad? You're like pushing 40. You're about to die. Grow up. You're about to die? You think a 40-year-old is old? All of a sudden? You're 25, 26, 28? You're not a spring chicken. You're not no 18-year-old. They say the most craziest things, and they don't care. Research suggests that social media is strongly linked to increase or at least enhance narcissistic behavior, particularly through platforms favoring image-based sharing like Instagram and Twitter. Serves as a tool for creating a digital self, allowing users to curate and perfect image, showcase accomplishments, seek validation through likes. Ooh, I got a whole bunch of likes from bots that aren't even real people online. What does that matter? It doesn't matter. You have no power in the real world. Platforms encourage a focus on self-presentation. Now that you got 5 cameras in your face, that's all you're concerned about. Dating in 2026 is absolutely atrocious. We are in a humanitarian crisis. Increasing the dependency on external affirmation. You need other people to comment to make you feel good, which is why women walk through the malls. No men are coming up to them. No men are going to say that they look nice at all, ever. Okay. They might say, I want to hit, because that's all you're good for. But they're not going to say you look nice. They're not going to give you a real comment in real life. And it's dramatic. It has gone down in such a dramatic way that it's hardly existent. That's why you see people walking through the malls and walking through the streets on their phone, because that's where their mind is. Rise in traits. Studies indicate that young adults today show higher levels of subclinical narcissism, sometimes linked to the rise of social apps. Digital grandiosity, selfie sticks, photo sharing, constant self-promotion, or a need for affirmation. And when you don't get that, you feel like less of a person. They've been using that on me and many other people for years before any of you guys maybe even knew about this. Okay, I had YouTube channels when it first came out, and I still have those channels. I put music out. Nobody cares. Nobody actually will listen to it. And that can make you feel like you're not doing well. Even though I've made a lot of hits, it doesn't really matter. Communal narcissism. Evidence suggests Instagram, Twitter correlates with that, where people see themselves as highly helpful or caring in order to gain social status, faking it all. Two-way mirror. Researchers argue that the relationship is cyclical. Social media can make people more narcissistic, while more narcissistic individuals use these platforms more frequently. Okay? This is a major issue. High anxiety and depression when posts do not receive the attention. Isn't that what I just said? constantly looking to see how well your post did, constantly doing this. I am physically sick, and I have been sick now for a while. I don't even have the energy to post a video on social media or even hardly watch. I have locked into doom scrolling because that's what you have to do as a journalist to see what is important. Not about looking at what the good is, because there's so little good in the world compared to so much evil that I don't focus on the minority. I focus on the majority. And that's why we have to fix this particular problem. Women have completely, unfortunately, lost their minds. And I know a lot of them, if they see me talking about them, they'll leave their little comments. Oh, you're just a woman hater. You're you hate women. You're anti-feminist. You're toxic. You have toxic masculinity. Okay. No one hates women because they're women. I have a problem with the majority of women today in American society, especially because of their behavior, not because they're women. Okay. Men love women. I love women, but I have a problem with them because of their behavior, not because they are a woman. You understand? It's because of your behavior. You have changed. And people who were born before social media and grew up in school as social media was being ran out are the ones who've seen the change in society the best. The other people, they just say time changes. It changed for them multiple times, so they're not able to see it, but it never changed through social media. We have to fix this issue, and we need to normalize people being normal again. No one cares about the food that you ate today. No one cares if you eat salads. No one cares if you go jogging. No one cares if you play basketball. No one cares if you go to a gym and show your lips and force feed your lips on everyone in there. No one cares. Grow up. What you do with your life is your own particular life. And we've gotten to the point as a society where we get on and talk to random strangers to not feel so alone. But at the end of the day, we are 100% alone. And that's where the negative effects from this really kick in. Is the only person that you have to talk to is like me, talking into social media devices. And that's a big problem in reality. There is no unity anymore. And for the women, men are not going to stand up and help you if you're getting attacked in the street because they don't want to get shot because you cheated on your husband. Okay? You all feel that you deserve some 8 foot tall, 24-pack abs, $150 million a day, making supermodel man. Okay? When you're already ran through and have 5 kids and you're 50. So stop thinking you're nonsense. You know what that is? You're maxing it out. Okay? You're maxing it out. Grow up. As a society, we have fallen to the point where I've made documentaries on here. I worked so hard on here to try and help so many people to the point where I am sick of social media. It is nothing but abuse for men. It is abuse for men. And I'm tired of being attacked by fake feminists who don't respect men and their roles in society, doing the most dangerous jobs, doing the most dirtiest jobs, building your houses, maintaining your infrastructure, fighting in the military to protect you. And meanwhile, you're calling us creeps. You are going to HR after a comment. We're not good enough for you. We're not perfect enough for you. It's time to make a massive change. And I'm sorry, but this is bigger than Earth. This is bigger than science. This is bigger than religion. This is bigger than history and Tartaria. This is bigger than everything that all these other streamers are talking about right now. Because this will affect you, and it does affect you on a daily life. And even if you don't feel it right away, I believe that has to do with IQ. Very low IQ people can get up and go work the same job every day, not have any money saved, get sick, pay medical bills, and then die in the hospital alone. And they could do that over and over again. They could be reincarnated and do that over and over again. With smart people, higher intelligence people, higher IQ people will say, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not wasting my life My life is the only thing that I have. And that's what we need to focus on. So I'm going to be uploading a lot. And I'm going to be bringing up these things. And if you guys got some topics that you really want me to just hammer and go hard on, just drop them. Drop them in the comments. Drop them in the comments. Because it's a real shame that we've gotten this far as a society and have fallen after the height of social media and information, the age of disinformation, the age of misinformation. We are currently in the dark ages. This is the dark ages because no one knows what's real. No one knows what's true. No one. AI has blurred the lines between everything. The adult industry is ruining relationships and prosperity in this country, and women are the forefront of this. They're the forefront of this. And a lot of them take their own lives, and a lot of them end up by themselves and take their own lives because of their decisions they made. Hardly any of the women that I've dated back in my 20s were concerned about getting married and having children. And the same goes for a lot of my friends that I graduated with. So I'm sure that's on a higher scale all across this country. It's time for people to grow up and realize that social media does not determine your value. Social media likes and subscribers does not determine your value. You still have no power. Charlie Kirk, for instance, still has no power. Understand? Nobody cares. You didn't see me there, and you didn't see any real intelligent person at any of his debates or talking with him or engaging with him. Because we're not going to do that. We don't care. I don't care what he has to say. I don't care what any of them have to say. Because they're not tackling what's causing the problems in this country to begin with. And that is the spread of disinformation, misinformation, and the abuse of social media. And adding restrictions on this is going to restrict people like me who's trying to help, which is why we can't have restrictions on it. Because the evil ones are going to use it against us if we allow that. That's the problem. It is a snake eating its own tail. That's what we're caught in. And this is a soul fight. And you will lose yours during this soul test. You will lose it. And you will lose it to this God, the God of social media, if you don't wake up and put an end to the nonsense. More people need to speak up, and you need to call these people out. Bring women back down from their delusional high horse and let them know that no men are going to fight to protect you. And let me tell you this last thing. At the end of Germany, at the Second World War, when the war was over, look it up. It's something called the Savage Peace. Over 2 million women and children were SA'd from ages 6 to 80s. 2 million SA'd and wiped off the map. That's what happens when you don't have any more soldiers to protect you. And I'm going to tell you what, crime is on the rise in this country. And I'm not getting involved with women who don't even care about men. You're going to fight your own battles. You need to get drafted. You need to go and fight. Since you want that so-called fake equality. When in this world, unfortunately, men and women are not equal. It doesn't mean men are superior or women are superior. It means that we are not equal physiologically, okay? Biologically, we are not. Mental, we are not. Skeletal, we are not. Capabilities, we are not. You're not going to be equal. Get over it. You don't have to be equal. All that women have to do is be loved and be cared for and to love and care for themselves and family. And we wouldn't have this issue. Amish Space Station. Till next time, everybody.